Howdy, howdy. Welcome on into the pre-show before the free show.
I don't know why you were pointing at me.
I know.
You're
I'm
like,
used to doing that with ROF.
Talk. Entertain me.
I'm used to doing that with ROF because I always count Ish down and I'm like, okay, go.
Yeah.
But I'm not
You're
doing
a true
ROF.
producer. You're a true
Correct.
producer.
That's true.
See, we like to include our producers on Texas Football Today. I know that those ROF boys like to be like, we're going to be over here broing down, and then, like, you over there, we'll
That's
get to
very
you when we
true.
need you.
Yeah. That's literally how I feel. It's really sad.
This is a partnership.
Correct.
Whenever you're in the jump seat here on TFT.
I'm glad.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the pre-show before the free show. I'm Greg. That's Mallory. I want to talk to you about something that you told me in confidence earlier today. And I'd just like to bring it to the floor. And I know it's a personal issue for you, but I need to talk about chili with you.
Okay.
Because you came in and you said, hey, I made chili last night.
Homemade chili.
And you made homemade chili. Crock pot, I presume? Or did you do it in the big stew pot?
Big stew pot.
Ooh, okay. Rad. And I asked you, I was like, what kind of meat you use? You said you used 96.4 ground beef, which is outstanding stuff. But then you told me something that I had never heard before, and I'm interested if you would share it with the class.
I don't know. I feel like
family
this
secret?
might be No, it's not. I'm just kidding. So I made homemade chili for the first time last night.
First time ever?
Yes. I've never made
wow.
homemade chili before.
Got it.
By myself. So, yeah, I wanted to celebrate Game 7. Pickle was gone. I wanted the house to smell really good, so.
That is a good way. That's an underrated way of being like, I'm going to make the house smell good. Like, you could buy a candle or you could just make chili.
Oh, my gosh. The house smelled so good. It still smells really good. It's awesome. So I texted my mom yesterday. I said, hey, I'm going to make some homemade chili. Can you send me a recipe? And she was like, yeah, I'll send you, the one that your grandma uses, the one that I use.
She's like, say less.
Right. So I'm looking at the recipe, and I already knew what the ingredients were in it, right? And so she adds a couple of special things to her chili. You got all the normal stuff, right? The tomato sauce, the ground beef. She adds onions and jalapenos to the actual meat, right?
All pretty standard fare here.
Right. What you would expect to be in chili.
Some seasoning here and there, yeah.
So, yeah, you sprinkle a little bit of seasoning, yeah. What's different, though, about her chili is that she adds a scoop of brown sugar, which is...
I don't think
probably pretty-ish
I would say
common.
That's probably not as rare as you think it is.
Right.
I would say that there's a fair amount of people who are like, oh, yeah, a little dash of brown sugar when I'm feeling saucy.
A little bit of sweetness in there, right? Right?
Yeah.
Well, I also added a full Hershey's bar in there.
Huh.
Which is...
A full
That's
Hershey
not
bar.
very common, I don't think.
I don't think
No.
I've ever heard of somebody adding chocolate to chili.
But it gives it just a little bit more sweetness. And to cap it all off, I used not a half, probably a 3/4 can of beer.
Now I think I have heard of that. I think my dad does that on his chili.
Yeah.
I think he puts beer in chili.
I had never heard. I've heard of like beer brats, soaking. Brats and beer, before you cook them and stuff. But I had never heard of putting a half can of beer in your chili.
And so I guess like there's only like the chocolate bar really threw me for a loop. I was like, whoa, really? Like chocolate? Now, let's go to a review. How was the chili?
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Did
it hit?
It hit. Yeah. It took me a long time to make because you got to chop up a full onion and the green onions, jalapenos, bell peppers, like everything. So
it's a labor of love.
It really is. I mean, I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this last night. Probably about an hour and a half, with cook time included and stuff. But it was so good. I mean, I used 2 pounds of beef, so I've got
you got a lot
ground
of
beef.
chili.
Yeah, so I have a lot of chili, so I'm gonna be eating on that for the next couple of probably weeks, honestly, if I'm being for real.
Awesome. Yeah.
But it was fantastic.
Well, now,
Thank you for asking.
Here's the thing. Chili dogs.
That's the thing. My mom was like, you know what? You could make Frito pies with that now. You can make chili dogs. So we're not just gonna eat straight chili for the rest of the week.
No.
We're gonna spice it up with some chili dogs.
All right. It's Mallory's famous chili. Just like
famous chili. Kevin's famous
shout
chili.
out Kevin.
Shout out Kevin. His didn't look as appetizing as mine, though.
Well, his also
It's just
fell on the floor.
ground. You're right. That's very true.
Well, congratulations on your chili.
Thanks.
Hit the theme expo. Pickle. Hit the air sound. Yes, y'all. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it is Texas Football Today, a program that watched a baseball game.
Both of us.
My name is Greg Tupper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football magazine, TexasFootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live, TexasFootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all the places, or you'll listen to the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I am sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is my Mal Pal. She's your Mal Pal. She's our Jameis Winston.
Okay.
She's Mallory Hartley. That's a Heisman winner.
It was a Heisman winner.
Yeah. It's a national champion.
Former starting quarterback.
Former starting quarterback. But hey,
anymore.
look, it all, it counts.
You're
Still
right.
counts.
It's true.
How you doing?
Good. I'm doing really well.
Good. Today.
Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. Like I said, we want you to feel welcome here in the TFT
I do feel
zone.
welcome. Thank you.
Today is Tuesday, October 24th, 2023. 30 days to Thanksgiving.
We've hit the 30-day mark.
We're a month out. Like that's
Yeah,
like,
month mark.
we're a month out.
Mm-hmm.
30 days to Thanksgiving. Get your house in order.
Did you already get your turkey?
Not yet, but we're
ordered it,
going
though,
to
right?
St. Louis.
Oh, I didn't
Thanksgiving.
realize that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I have my hand on the wheel as much as it is okay for me to have my hand on the wheel, right? Because you don't want to go and tell someone else, especially, I don't know, the person who let you marry their daughter
Yeah.
how to do Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I can be
good point.
I can have an advisory role, but like ultimately what Poppy wants to do, Poppy's going to do. That's his grandpa name.
Right.
Like,
No, I get that.
What
You
Lily
can't
and Poppy
overstep.
want to do.
You
Exactly.
can't
So
overstep.
I'm getting my things in, but like anyway. Happy birthday to Drizzy. Today is the birthday of Drake.
Let's go. I love that.
How old do you think
Love him.
Drake is?
Mid-30s? 35, 36?
Happy 37th birthday
Oh.
to Drake.
Close.
He's only 3-4 months younger than me. We're the same age. Me and Drake are basically the same
You're
person.
basically the same.
Has anybody ever
Both-
seen me and Drake in the same room at the same time?
No, I haven't. That's a really good point.
Just saying. Makes you think.
Yeah, it does.
It's episode 1677. On today's show, folks, we'll go in reverse order. We'll round things out with Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week. So the biggest and best plays from Texan Live and the crazy games we had on Texan Live this past week. Before that, we'll be joined by Craig Way, the Texas High School Hall of Famer, joins us every Tuesday here on Texas Football Today. Before that, we'll hear from Corpus Christi Miller head coach Justen Evans, talk about their big win over Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. He called up a Matt Stepp after the game. We'll hear from him. We've got some more fun scattered hither and yon throughout. Do we have first four through the door?
We sure do. It was just Chad, Jersey, #69, Daniel Agnew, and BJWB.
BJWB back. That's right.
Welcome in, fellas.
Big Jiggly Water Balloons is back.
That's what I was laughing at right before
I
that.
figured it was. I figured there's only a handful of things on the computer that are going to make you laugh.
Yeah.
And,
It's not tough to make me laugh, though.
That's right. Mallory, before we get to Justen Evans, head coach of the Corpus Christi Miller Buccaneers, who got a big win over Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial, I think you know this, but we want to be comprehensive in our coverage of football across the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes the high school level, the college level,
Of course.
and the NFL. We want to make sure we're covering the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
but we couldn't spend a lot of money. So here, with the NFL Minute, is our NFL insider, my mom. Now's the time when you play the thing.
I didn't have the video on the.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
Yes, you did. I know I put it on there.
You didn't put it on there.
I did put it on there. Fine.
You know what? Let's do Justen Evans first.
Let's do Justen Evans, and then we'll do the NFL
and
Minute.
then we'll do that next.
Here is Justen Evans, head coach of the Corpus Christi Miller Buccaneers, here on Texas Football Today.
Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas Football here at Buck Stadium in Corpus Christi, here with the head coach of the 8-0 Corpus Christi Miller Bucks, Coach Justen Evans, after a 59-40 win over Corpus Christi Vets in front of a great crowd here at Buck Stadium. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Stepp. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach, first of all, I want to start in the second half, because the first half was kind of both teams trading body blows, was kind of a back-and-forth affair. You guys are down 3 at the half, but right in the ball game. And the second half was just a swing of roller coaster emotions. You guys hit them, 2 punches right in the start of the half. You get a bit long touchdown run and a pick six, and they come back and score 14 in a row right away. And we said it in the press box. I think past Miller teams might have gotten down on themselves and kind of unraveled a little bit. These guys did not unravel tonight. You came back after they took the lead on you and pulled away for them. What's that say about your kids and the leadership you have on this team?
Man, Stepp, we had 365 days to just mull over what happened last year. We were up 9 with 2 minutes left in the game, and we just didn't finish. And so we talked about and preached about just finish the game, guys. They're going to keep throwing. Ben Bittner is a hell of a football coach, one of the best ones I know. And one thing I know about him is that they're going to keep fighting. They're going to keep going, man. And so we knew they weren't going to give up, and they were going to keep fighting to the end. And so we just knew that if we leaned on them a little bit in the second half, we knew that if we just kept running the football and stuck to the script, that we'd be okay.
And Broderick Taylor, what a game from your junior running back. He had 6 touchdowns tonight, 4 on the ground, 2 through the air. I thought his ability, especially in the second half, to hit creases in the running game and hit big plays really opened things up for you. What makes him such a special back? And he seems like he's a real key cog for you guys.
Man, he's so quiet. The kid, he's just a blue-collar workman-like mentality. Every single day he comes, he doesn't say anything. He just, goes in there, makes plays, does what he got to do. And I'm just so blessed we get him another year because he's just a junior.
And I thought your offensive line did a great job, not only opening holes, but also protecting Trevor in the passing game. I know you guys were able to throw the ball and move the ball successfully through the air, and a lot of that I thought was because of your offensive line doing a good job protecting those guys. Their performance, I know you haven't watched film yet, but just at first glance, what did you think of your offensive line and their effort tonight?
Was really, really excited, really proud for those guys. From last year, we knew that we had to get a little bit bigger up front. We were kind of light last year on the offensive line, so we asked 2 of those interior guys, 73 and 74, who had played defense their entire career here at Miller, to come over the offensive side of the ball and give us some more beef up front, and they did it willingly. And so that's just what this team keeps doing. Whatever we ask them to do, they do it. They great character kids. They don't get a lot of credit for being that, but they'll do whatever we ask them to do, and that's why we were able to be successful tonight.
Defensively, I said it pregame. I talked about watching film and you guys. I thought your defense was much improved. And people who weren't at the game will see the score line and see 40 points. But I thought your secondary forcing turnovers and your defensive line. They have a sophomore quarterback over there. He's very talented, but I thought you guys got after him a little bit and forced him to be uncomfortable and maybe forced into some throws he wasn't wanting to make. They're really underrated, but I thought they had a really good game tonight, being able to put pressure on the quarterback and force turnovers.
Man, our defense has been playing great all year long, and they don't get enough credit. Here's the deal. Vets is going to score points. Those guys, Sab and Luke, and those guys are just heck of athletes, And so, our thing is this, is that we just told our guys, 12-round fight. Hit them with body blows, and then hopefully when we get to the 12th round, we can knock them out. And that's what we're able to do. But they're going to score points, and we knew that tonight. We just said, hey, don't panic, don't get down. If something happens, let's rally the troops, let's adjust, and let's go make a play, and we did that.
You got 2 games left in the regular season. I know this was a big one, but the job's not done. You got 2 left on the schedule. Is it 24-hour rule for you guys? You get to work tomorrow. Look at the film, try to clean some things up, and get ready, because I know you guys want to finish the regular season strong, right?
Yeah, I told the guys, you have 24 hours to celebrate this one. Be at school on time tomorrow, because we just got school tomorrow. But we told them, 8-0 right now. But if we lose next 2 games, Vets is the district champ, and we go in as a 2nd seed. So we don't have time to really celebrate this and whatever. We got to go on the road to Victoria next week, to a Victoria West squad that's only lost 1 game in district. So it's no time to just, relax. And no, we got to go on the road and play well.
Coach, congrats on the win. Good luck the rest of the season. Hopefully we'll see you come playoff time.
Thank you so much, Steph. Appreciate you, brother.
There he is, Justen Evans, head coach of the Corpus Christi Miller Buccaneers. Undefeated, coming off of a big win over Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial, setting them up in the catbird seat heading into the playoffs as they get a big win over Corpus Christi Vets. Avenge, last season's loss, and looking good. Step and I talked about them on Tep and Step, which is now up on TexasFootball.com for subscribers. We talked about how Miller looks different, and especially on the defensive side. They gave up some big yards and some big points, but they were able to bow up and come up with plays, especially in the second half, to put that thing away, and that's impressive. And that offense, we know what it's going to do. So
who they have this week?
Somebody they're going to beat.
Yeah.
Somebody they should beat. Let me find out. They are playing Victoria West, who's not a pushover. Okay. They're on the road at Victoria West, and certainly there could be a letdown, but the computer likes them by multiple touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I like Miller in that one, and Miller's rolling, looking like 10-0 is a real possibility. We appreciate their head coach Justen Evans catching up with Matt Stepp after the game. We're Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's, and of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Now, Mallory, I don't know if you know this, but here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football, we pride ourselves on being comprehensive in our coverage of football.
Correct.
We cover high school football, cover college football,
yes.
And of course we cover the NFL. And we like to cover the NFL in a different way. I think we want to do a way that sets us apart. And so here, with the NFL Minute, is our senior NFL correspondent, my mom.
Hi, this is Tep Mom reporting the NFL Moment. I'm highlighting Rashid Rice, rookie wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, who graduated from Richland High School and spent 3 years at SMU. He scored his third touchdown of the year for Kansas City as they beat the Chargers 31-17. Fun fact, 3 weeks before this year's draft, he went to a training session at TCU. There he met Patrick Mahomes. The two of them worked out together, and 3 weeks later, he was a second-round draft choice for the Kansas City Chiefs. Very cool story. Hope your favorite team wins. Have a great week. Bye.
She is senior NFL correspondent, my mom, with the NFL Minute.
That rocks.
She's got her finger on the pulse of the league. I mean, I think she tells you everything you need to know.
She does.
And yeah, so thanks, Mom.
I learned a lot.
I know. I feel like I learn a lot every time we do the NFL Minute. So thanks, Mom. Love you. All right, Mallory, coming up here in just a moment, we're going to talk with the Texas High School Hall of Famer Craig White for our weekly visit about all things Texas high school football. But first, I want you to just picture what a relaxing couple of minutes would look like for you, right? What would you do? Maybe you'd light a candle. Maybe you'd take a bath. Maybe you just do a breathing exercise. What I do when I want to relax is listen to these ads.
Born and bred in Texas hits a little different, as it should. Texas loves doing business with fellow Texans. VCR Now takes its Texas roots as seriously as its many partnerships with schools and universities around the state. It's also why we're so proud to promote our brand in the pages of the Texas Bible, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and on the airwaves of Texas Football Today. Driven by producing quality broadcast video, state-of-the-art audio, and LED video scoreboards at affordable prices, VCR Now makes sure to listen to your needs in its athletic department before recommending the next best steps. Building great products is our business, and it's our focus on building meaningful, long-term partnerships with our clients that sets us apart. From our 24/7, 365-day help desk, the training lab in our hometown of Red Oak, or our sports marketing business plan that puts money back in the hands of our athletic departments we support, VCR Now is built to last. Reach out to us today at info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW. Again, that's info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW.
I feel like bustin' loose, bustin' loose. Come on, get on up. Oh yeah, get
I'm Jennifer Potter, Executive Director of Be Well Texas. Too many people are struggling alone these days, and alcohol and drug deaths are increasing. We started Be Well Texas to offer high-quality, science-based addiction treatment and recovery services anywhere, even at home. We provide compassionate, caring support virtually or in person. In many cases, there is no cost for treatment if you don't have insurance. Really. Welcome to Be Well Texas. We're glad you're here.
Back here on Texas Football Today, discussing all things football across the state of Texas. Coming up here in just a moment, we're going to be joined by the Hall of Famer Craig Way, who joins us every Tuesday here on Texas Football Today, talking all things Texas high school football. I want to invite you to go to texasfootball.com/subscribe to become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscriber. I will just tell you this, how do I want to put this? You should always be subscribed to Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Positioning statement. If you're not, and you're looking for a reason to do it now, because we've got some incredible games on Dave Campbell's Texan Live these final 2 weeks, then leading up to the playoffs, which will have dozens of Texas high school football playoff games coming up here in a couple of weeks. One guy who doesn't need to wait for the playoffs to get excited about Texas high school football is the Texas High School Football Hall of Famer. We go live to, I presume, Austin, Texas, to talk to the Hall of Famer, Craig Way. Craig, do you read me?
I do, and here's the interesting thing about this is that, here we are deep in the throes of everything going on with football, and I'm actually over at the beautiful, sparkling Moody Center on the UT campus because, we've got a test day for equipment and things like that for basketball because the basketball season is just around the corner. In fact, the Texas women's team has an orange-white game tonight, and the men have an exhibition game on Monday against the team from just on the south side of the river, St. Edward's University. So we're just around the corner from hoops, but yes, we are still deep in the throes of football, as you mentioned. Dozens of games headed everybody's way.
So then let's go back, flashback to week 9, last week in Texas high school football. And I want to throw 3 results at you, and I want to see which of these results surprised you the most and let's just say caught you the most off guard. Would it be in 3A Division 1 with Lorena 52, Franklin 49? Would it be in 5A Division 2 rather, with Lake Dallas beating Frisco Emerson, which I think caught some people by surprise, or back to 3A Division 1, would it be Edna falling at the hands of Goliad 21-6? Which of those caught you the most off guard when we were sitting at the desk on Friday night?
I think the natural reaction is to say the Lorena win over Franklin simply because it ended the state's longest winning streak. As you so astutely pointed out on Scoreboard Live, if not for that walk-off loss and the practically walk-off loss to Canadian in the state championship game 3 years ago, we'd be talking about a really long winning streak going on for Franklin. So maybe that, although I think Lorena's a tough customer, I think the Goliad win over Edna certainly raised eyebrows, no doubt about it. Frisco Emerson, we knew they were going to get their test against Argyle, and they did, and Argyle got to the big lead, and Emerson came back and made a game of it. Maybe that was just one of those deals of the old coaching ad, one loss beating you twice, and maybe the guys had trouble getting back up for that, but I'm sure Coach Miller will have them ready to go next time around.
I do want to ask you, specifically, I want to focus on 3A Division 1 here for a moment, because you and I had this conversation on the desk on High School Scoreboard Live on Friday night on Valley Sports Southwest about how this, Franklin's loss essentially just caused all of us here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football to reshuffle and take the 3A Division 1 rankings and just rethink them from scratch. And I think sometimes that can be a valuable thing to do, is to just say, okay, take a step back, remove your priors, and rank these teams. All that's to say, we have Columbus now as the new number 1 team in 3A Division 1, and you and I were having a conversation on the air on Friday night about how I think there was an argument prior to Franklin's loss that Columbus could be the number 1 team in the state. And I think that just speaks to, in many respects, that these things tend to sort themselves out in the rankings perspective, that the great teams are going to rise to the top regardless. And to me, 3A Division One's a perfect example of that.
Oh, I agree. And I think what's more is, I think it further validates what we were talking about even when Columbus beat Hitchcock on back, that 3A Division One is going to be a grinder.
Mm-hmm.
Region 3 is going to be a grinder. Region 2 is going to be a grinder. I think 2 and 3 are where you're really talking about that power nexus, as you like to call it, there in 3A D1. And, it's not as cut and dry. I think last year, I know I was saying it, and I think you were as well, that the surest thing in Texas high school football, other than Carthage, by the way, we seem to, continue to use those words, other than Carthage, that other than Carthage, the surest thing was Franklin last year. Well, we can't say that now about 3A Division One, not just because of the Lorena game, but because of the progress of the other programs that you talked about. Though we both had our eye on Columbus for a while. Hitchcock has proven to be a tough customer, and we're seeing some of the other stuff. You talked about Malakoff. I mean, this is going to be perhaps the most entertaining division to watch throughout the 6-week run toward the state championships.
Talking with Craig Way, the Texas High School Football Hall of Famer, here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation, hashtag TF Today. Craig, I do want to bounce back down to what we'll call 6A Division Watch, right? Where there's a couple of teams that I think we've now finally got some clarity as far as who's going where. For example, and maybe this is a bit of an upset, but I think that it is becoming much more likely than not that Katy will go to the Division I bracket by virtue of Katy Taylor's win over Katy Jordan, likely getting into the playoffs themselves. But I know that your pet project is tracking the the throes of District 25 6A, which always feels like, I swear, it feels like every time we feel like we figured out 25 6A, someone goes in there and just throws a grenade into the middle of it and just makes it all blows it all to smithereens. Is this the craziest it's ever been? It seems to me it's been crazy in the past, but it seems like now, especially with Vandegrift, the state runner-up, hanging in the balance, it feels like it's never been wackier in 25 6A.
And we have 2 Round Rock schools to thank for that, McNeil and Stony Point. And it's happened the last couple of weeks, especially last week with McNeil shutting out Round Rock. That was the real jaw dropper. I think Stony Point knocking off Vista Ridge 7-0. Vista Ridge has lost 2 games where they only gave up a touchdown, and it looks like the 7-6 loss to McNeil may wind up costing Vista Ridge a playoff spot. That's right, 1 point may be the difference between getting into the postseason and not. Now, with regard to Stony and McNeil, some of that gets solved this week because they play head-to-head. Mm-hmm. But things still are not settled. Westwood is playing Manor. Manor, it has a lot of talent, but they've had some injuries and a difficult time. Westwood is the old thing, can you trust them? Because they've looked really good on some weeks and other weeks not so much. Can you really trust them? We're going to find out Thursday night about that. And then Stony plays Manor in Week 10. Meanwhile, Vista Ridge is staring, a tough finish squarely in the face. They've got to play Vandegrift this week, and then they have to play Round Rock. And so things could still be thrown out of order. What does it all mean? If you have any combination of these schools, 2 of these schools get into the playoffs, Westwood, Stony Point, Round Rock. If 2 of those 3 get in, then Vandegrift is assured of being in the D2. But we aren't assured of anything right now. So that's why it's the final 2 weeks of the regular season.
Final question for Craig Way before we let him get back to the fun there at the Moody Center. And this is the meanest thing that we do to each other each week, but I'm actually going to simplify it, which I think might make it even meaner. To me, there's 2 games in this very big brand name week of Texas high school football in Week 10. And there's 2 games that I think have a real argument for being the best game of the week. So, Craig Way, do you find yourself more drawn to Duncanville and DeSoto, which is a matchup of defending 6A state champs and 1 versus 3, but has functionally no playoff implications? Or do you find yourself drawn to North Shore versus Atascocita, which is 2 versus 7, but will have legit playoff implications as far as Division I seeding. Which one do you find yourself gravitating toward?
Yeah, for me, it's going to be North Shore Atascocita for the reasons you mentioned. There could be playoff implications with regard to how that shakes down there. That's more. Also, I don't know if it's correct to say North Shore looks a little more human over these past few weeks, especially their game with Summer Creek. They look a little more human. Atascocita looks like maybe they're ready for the challenge again. It's the devil you know. Mm-hmm. In the case of Duncanville, DeSoto, they're going to go different divisions. Not only that, DeSoto's really banged up. Probably not going to have Tiger riding on the field. That really limits what they can do offensively, I think, or at least it limits their explosivity. Let's put it that way. And Duncanville just looks like just absolute cold-blooded killers right now. They really, really look tough. So I think that's going to be a difficult night for DeSoto. I think Duncanville is going to probably continue their role. But the North Shore Atascocita thing could be quite an entertaining game. So that's probably where I would lean.
He's Craig Way. He's a Texas High School Football Hall of Famer. You can hear him on the Craig Way Show, the eponymous show on AM 1300 The Zone in Austin today and every weekday, 2 to 4 p.m. And then see him on High School Scoreboard Live, Friday night on Bally Sports Southwest starting at 10:30. Craig, appreciate your time, my friend, and go enjoy the Moody Center.
We'll do that. I'll say keep this in mind. You probably already mentioned it. 25-6A has carried the banner for being the craziest district in the Austin area for a while. Maybe surpassed this year by, 12-5 AD2, where all 7 playoff teams are alive with 2 weeks to go, and first place to 7th place is separated by 2 games total. And they're due for 2 more weeks of craziness.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Craig, appreciate your time, my friend.
You bet.
There he goes. Craig Way, the Texas High School Hall of Famer, joins us every Tuesday here on Texas Football Today. Appreciate his time as he's taking time away from Texas women's basketball to come hang out with us.
It's crazy that college basketball literally starts next week.
The NBA starts tonight.
I know. It's insane.
Yeah. I was
too consumed.
I was not prepared for it.
No, me neither.
Prepared for it. Anyway, we appreciate Craig Way hopping on with us. We are Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's, and of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Coming up here in just a moment, a heart-stopping edition of the Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week. But first, Mallory, let's find out who took home the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Team of the Week award.
Dave Campbell's Texas Football, in partnership with Ozarka, is proud to honor one team from each classification with the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Team of the Week Award. The teams selected throughout the course of this program have exemplified the best in Texas high school football. Congratulations to this week's recipients of the Ozarka Fueled by Nature Team of the Week Award. We salute you. For more information, visit TexasFootball.com.
Mallory, one last thing to do today, and that is to roll out the Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week. Our friends down there at Dave Campbell's Texan Live have put together a robust, I would say explosive edition of the Top 10 Plays of the Week, combing through all the games across the state of Texas and put together the Top 10 Plays of the Week, and here's what they came up with.
Young on the keeper. Found a hole in the middle. Just literally hurdled that one player. And gets it down to the 30-yard line.
For a little while ago, 3rd and 11 at the 43-yard line. Haney on a keeper up the move. With room to run. To midfield. He is gone. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Alito Bearcats. No flags. 1:35 on the clock. And just like last year, Haas Haney with a big touchdown run to give the Bearcats a 23-19 lead.
We've seen a number 4. Lanier hobbles his way across the formation. This time, intercepted by the Mustangs as it was thrown right to him. There goes Josiah Rodriguez up the field, stays on his feet. He's got a blocker. He's down the sideline. 10, 5, touchdown Mustangs. No flags.
Out over there, and here goes Wesco, and there goes Bridges and Mallard. The ball goes to Wesco. He makes it, breaks the tackle. He's going to the end zone. Touchdown, Midlothian.
Did you get your levitation on that one?
Last play of the first half. Looking to throw. Heaves it up deep down the sideline. Caught. 10. Touchdown, Eagles. That was Cameron Glenn, the senior receiver.
From the 49 now on 2nd and 15. Cullen. He dropped. Escapes the sack. Rolling right. Launches it downfield. That's made open. Caught at the 30. Inside the 30. Breaking tackle to the 25. The 20. Change of field to the left side. That's Kyle Barton. 10. 5. Dive in. Oh my God. 49-yard pitch and catch from McCollum to Barton.
First and 10 from their own 33. He'll flip it to Miller. Outside. He stiff arms one. Stiff arms twice. One man to beat down the sideline. Stiff arms again. Showtime. Touchdown Tigers. Wow. That's how you answer the All-American.
I'm talking about. Man-to-man coverage. Runs is going to roll out to the left. Garrett's blocking for him. He's going to fire down the sideline for McCullough. And that is going to... Oh, my goodness. Prayers do get answered. That is Jeremy McCullough with a touchdown pass from Daniel Bruns of 82 yards.
Iglesias. Play clock down to 10. Takes the snap. Brock sends blitz under immediate pressure. And the ball comes out, and the ball's still loose. Iglesias picks it up, and he's got some room. Now he's going to throw it, and wide open is Colley for the Paradise touchdown.
There it is. Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week. Presented by our friends at Dave Campbell's Texan Live. Remember, you can stream dozens of Texas high school football games this weekend on TexanLive.com if you go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe. And you guys, I don't want to give it away because I know on WTF you guys unveiled the big spotlight games for Texas football tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all got some haters.
Oh, man, this week's going to be so much fun.
It's
I mean, and it just makes the show so much more enjoyable.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, and we can cut in and, like, actually listen to announcers on these shows.
Let me just put it to you this way. Let me just put it to you this way. I want you to think about a big game happening this weekend. There's a pretty good chance it's on Texan Live this week.
Yes. Very, very good chance.
TexasFootball.com/subscribe to become Dave Campbell's Texas football subscriber. Let's go over to Mallory Hartley for America's second favorite segment. Final thoughts. Our number one chili queen.
Correct. I don't really have much. Go Rangers. That's about it. I'm surprised you haven't said anything about that on this show. That was one of the comments in the YouTube comment section. They were like, how has he not said anything about...
Because I'm trying to be sensitive.
Okay.
I'm trying to be sensitive.
Fair.
Because I know there's likely split allegiances here, right?
Correct. That's true.
If they had beaten the... I don't know. If they had beaten the Yankees, I'd be going crazy about it. If they'd beaten the White Sox, you know what I mean? The Tigers.
True.
But I want to be sensitive about it. It was a fantastic series.
I do applaud you.
Pleased with the way what? Yeah.
I was going to say, I do applaud the way that you came in and fully embraced Will with a hug.
Will and I talked.
Will's an Astros fan.
Will's an Astros fan. We talked. We shook hands.
So, it was very cordial.
He was gracious in defeat. I hope that I was gracious in victory. It's weird because I just keep waiting for bad things to happen because I'm a Rangers fan.
Yeah.
Like last night, this is true. They go into the ninth inning, and I know you were watching it.
Yes.
That's why you were making chili. You made baseball chili.
Correct.
They go to the ninth inning, and they're up 11-3. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're up 8 runs in the ninth inning. They need 3 outs. Okay, the number of 8-run innings in Major League Baseball this year is probably like 5, right, across thousands of games. Jose Altuve leads off with a solo home run, and the only thing I'm thinking is, like, they're going to lose this game.
That's what I thought, too.
This game is ending 12-11.
I got so nervous, too.
Like, I was, like, pacing. Yeah.
Anyway. Did you watch? I didn't think you were going to watch the game.
I could not deal with the pitch-to-pitch thing part of it. Like, it's too stressful for me, and I just know myself. Like, it was bad for my health. And so I was tracking it on Twitter. Basically, just like
Okay.
refreshing Twitter
Right.
and letting them bring the news to me. And then when it got to the 8th inning, I was like, I think they're about 60% chance they're going to win, so I'm going to go watch. When it was 11-4 or whatever, 11-3, I was like, there's about a 60% chance they're going to win. I'm going to watch now. So I watched the final 2 innings.
Okay, good. I'm glad you got to see it.
It's just
see it happen.
It's too stressful.
Right.
It's too stressful. I'll watch the World Series because it doesn't involve the Astros.
Right.
It's too stressful. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks again to Justen Evans of Corpus, Christi, Miller, and the Hall of Famer Craig Way for being our guest. Hey, Mallory, thanks for filling in. Thanks for hopping on and being our producer the last 2 days.
Yeah, thanks.
I think we got
thanks for
Pickle
having
tomorrow,
me.
right?
Yep,
She back?
She's back.
She's back tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you were fabulous. Thanks
Thanks.
for all your help.
Thank you.
For Mallory Hartley, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please meet your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you tomorrow on Texas Football Today.